Okay. So today in the last session we have completed our admin profile and server load balancing. Today we'll do that VRRP, okay, virtual redundancy routing protocol. So what is that? So for that we need to go and in VRRP, you guys in CCNA, you have learned there about the virtual IPs we required, right? When you are having a multiple gateway to reach the internet, you are having a single virtual IP, right? In CCNA, right? Moj Jojifa. Let's suppose I'm using 192.168.101 for this user, for this user, for this user, and this user. Okay. How many gateways are there? There is two gateways. Whenever the packet will come to the switch to that by via 101.253 or via 101.254, right?
Okay.
To
Yes.
reach the internet. Okay.
Yes.
But
Yes.
here, if I am using 101.1, then the instead of keeping this, if I keep both, there is not possible to assign an IP multiple gateway in a single device, right?
Mm.
In this case, let's suppose I'm using 101.253 for all the user as a gateway. Okay, 101.253. So what it will be open whenever that this interface is down or this device is down, the entire traffic will be stopped, right?
Yes.
So instead of assigning this or this, we will assign one virtual IP. In VRRP, in CCNA we have learned only single virtual IP we assign, right? But here in the firewall we are having an option that in the same range we 192.168.101. Here also 101.1 or dot 2, right? I'm using this as a virtual IP. VIPs, virtual IPs I'm using. If you check 101.1 is a master here and 101.1 is a backup here. In the same way, 102 is a backup here, but 101.2 is a master here. So what is the meaning of this? In some packet, for this PC, I assign 101.1, I will assign 101.2, I will assign 101.2, or I will assign 101.1. Or else I will assign in all 101 only. 101.1 only I can assign the gateway for them, or else I can assign gateway as a 101.2, 101.2, or 101.2, or 101.2 only I can assign as a gateway. Or else I can assign both the single gateway for this 101.1 or 101.2. Like this, I can assign the IP. So what it will be happen? So the gateway will become like this 101 or 102 for these users. Okay. So in this scenario, our one firewall PC will become a master, second one will become backup. For 101, whenever that traffic, let's suppose this user is having a gateway 101.1. So the traffic will come like this only. Okay, because 101 is a master here, 101.1 is a master here, right? When this packet is having 101.2, this device is having a gateway as a 101.2. So this time traffic will not go like this. This time it will the traffic will come to the switch and switch to the firewall. Okay, because 101.2 is a master for this gateway, right? For this device, correct? Correct now.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
suppose any firewall is down. Firewall 1 is down or firewall 2 is down. Let's suppose firewall 1 is only down. So in this scenario, this backup will be also become a master for 101.1 and 101.2. This for all this, it will become a master. Let's suppose this device is down. This device is down. So in this scenario, this device will become a master for both the gateway 101.1 and 101.2. Okay, so it will take a responsibility when this firewall 2 is down. It will take a responsibility when the firewall 2 is down by this firewall. Okay, got it. So let's
Yes.
Yes, sir.
start the configuration. Let's start the configuration. So in the configuration, we are having a same way. This is not required. We required this one, right? Not this one also, this one. So what is that interface? Fastnet 0 by 1. Before that, more action and start all nodes. Okay, start all nodes. Clear? Start all nodes. This is an R1, user 1, R1, R2, here R3, R3, here R4. R4. In the same way, we are having an internet. Internet. Okay. So let me configure the internet first. Enable configuration terminal, no IP domain lookup. Okay, interface fastnet 0 by 0, IP address 101.1.1.1. Okay, slash 245.255.255.0 and no shutdown. Interface FA 0 by 1, IP address 102.1.1.1, 255.255.255.0 and no shutdown. What is this? Exit interface fast Ethernet 0 by 1, fastnet 0 by 1, IP address 102.1.1.1, 255.255.255.0 and no shutdown. Overlapped with the with 0 by 1. What is that IP? Let me exit to show IP interface brief. So 102 is already there. In 101 we need to assign there, right? 0 by 0. Interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0. No IP address 102.1.1.1, 255.255.255.0. Okay. Now we need to go with this interface only. The IP will be 101. Okay. So in no, not in. We'll have to go with the no shutdown. Configuration terminal interface fastnet 0 by 0 and no shutdown. Exit to show IP interface brief. So here 101 is not, why it is not assigning? Fastnet 0 by 0. 102 0 by 1 is a 102.1.1.1 and interface fast Ethernet 0 by 1, no shutdown. Wait a minute and then exit interface fast Ethernet 0 by 0. IP address 101.1.1.1, 255.255.255.0 and no shutdown. Exit to show IP interface brief. Yeah, both is up now. Fine. Now come to this and we are having already the configuration. So configuration is telling 192 enable configuration terminal or configuration terminal 0 by instead of 0 by 0 it will become a 0 by 1. 192.168.101.10, right? So 10 and the gateway will be 101 dot instead of, okay, what is the master for 101.1? I'm using as a gateway for this. Okay, got it. Here gateway is a 101.1 for this. Okay, so go to the R1. Then for this 101 and 0 by 1. So this time this will, the IP is 20 and the gateway will be 101.2. Okay, control A, control C, go to here and paste it here. R3 will use same R3. Okay, so R3 R3 is a 30. and the R3 for R3 it is also 101. Okay, or I'm just keeping 102 only, no problem. Control A, Control C, and I'm using as a this one. Done. Okay, and R4 also, if you're fine, I will use the same gateway or will use 101. I'm using 101 for you. Okay, 01. The interface is 0 by 0 only. Okay, this time wrong IP, 0 by 0. Control A, Control C. This is 0 by 1, right? And this one we need to check the firewall router 2. So R4, paste it here. Then let me check the R2 because proper interface is assigned or not. So IP interface brief 192.168.101.20. Okay, the gate. Okay, 0 by 1. Okay, fine. All is fine now. Okay, internet is also configured. Router 4 is also configured, and router 1, router 2, router 3, router 4, and internet is configured. Okay, fine. Now we'll have to go with the firewall. Okay, so firewall 1, firewall 1. Remember, VRRP is not possible in a GUI mode. Okay, it is possible in CLI mode only. Okay, got it? Rajipa Moj,
Yes, got it.
where
Yes,
they are
yes.
sleeping. VRRP is not possible in a graphical user interface mode into our Fortigate firewall. Okay, and the firewall 2. Then so now we have a configuration setup file already. So just remove this. No need of this. Okay, don't save and allow this one. This one is also not required. Save it. This one is not required. Don't save. Okay. So now we'll go with the VRRP. We have an option VRRP. So we assign an IP address into the interfaces. Now into the second one, 3, 4, we are completed, right? So in this internet also we are done. We need to create one interface loopback IP into this interface. Okay, that we'll do later. In the firewall one, we need to create an host name. I need to change firewall 0 by 1 by this command, and config system interface port 1 static mode, all these things we need to do, right? The common one, the next, then port 2 will assign and the static routes towards our this one. Okay, finally done. And the firewall one. Okay, so paste, done. Okay, in the same way we are having a firewall policy also. So in the firewall policy, we'll do config firewall policy, edit one, policy name, source interface, destination interface, action accept, source address all, destination address all, schedule always, services all, net enable and end. So control C and do it here. Okay, paste. Policy is also completed. And config VRRP, now we are going to do configuration. Config system interface, edit port number 3. In the port number 3, what we are doing in the port number 3, we are assigning we are configuring the VRRP. Okay, so the command is config system interface, edit port number 3. Under the port number 3, we will configure the VRRP. Set VRRP virtual MAC address, config VRRP edit one, set VRRP IP. And after that, what I'm doing, priority I'm using a 200, because if I'm using a highest priority will be our highest priority will be our master, lowest priority will be our backup. Okay, so here 101, for 101 I'm using this one too. And set preemption, if I'm disable this, it is enable now. If I disable the set preemption, then if this device is down, then it will not become a master for both. Okay, so preemption must be enabled when both the device, in any device in the both the device, preemption should be enabled, so that the firewall can take a responsibility as a master for both the gateway. Okay, or after that, next edit to and the set VRRP for this 101.2, and the priority is 100 here. If you check, priority is 100, right? So this is the way how you're going to configure the VRRP. So VRRP, after that I need to go here and done. Done and end. Fine. In the same way, we will configure in the firewall 2. In the configuration firewall, this all this thing. Okay. Allow access port number 1, port number 2. Copy this and configure this. Okay. I did nothing as of now, like basic configuration. Now done. Firewall policy. So config firewall policy, edit and all these things. Okay. Control C and Control V. Okay. Paste it here. Done. Now VRRP. This time 101 is 100 here and 102 is a 200 here. Okay. So 101 I'm using as a backup. 102 I'm using as a master in the second firewall. Okay. So done and end. So now if you check the get router info VRRP, get router info VRRP here, get router info VRRP. So if you check what is the master 200, which IP 192, this one 101.1 is the priority is a 200, so it is a master. 101.2 101.2 is having a priority 100, so it will become a backup. Okay, so here also get router info VRRP okay, done. So this time this is our priority 100. 101 priority is 100, so it is a backup. This and the second one is a priority 200, so it is a master. Okay, so now I'm just using diagnose debug enable and diagnose debug uh, diagnose debug flow trace of traffic flow traffic and diagnose debug flow trace start. Okay, so now this will become a start. Here also diagnose debug enable and the diagnose debug trace traffic diagnose debug flow trace start. Done. So that's it. That and also internet also and exit debug IP ICMP. So the packet we can see here from here because R1 is having gateway. What is the gateway? Do so IP route. So what is the gateway for R1? 101.1. If I ping 101 ping 192.168.101.1, it ping 192. Let me add one interface in config in internet configuration terminal internet interface a loop back. Okay, one IP address is a 1.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. Okay, done. So now here what we can do, we can ping from R1 to the internet. Okay, so ping 1.1.1.1. So the packet will go via our 10. What is the IP? Leave it this. Go to the R2 and check. So IP route. Okay, so here 192.168.102. So ping 192.168.101.2. So here we can at least reach to our gateway. Anything wrong in the configuration? Okay, IP assigned is done or not in the firewall check, firewall 1. So config system interface question mark. So system interface question mark. So any IP is there? IP is not assigned right into interface. So that's the reason it is not happening. So go to the firewall 2 and assign the IP. Just a minute. So firewall 2 will need to allow config system interface edit port number 1, set mode static, set allow access ping HTTPS. Ping is fine. Okay, and the set IP 192.168.101.254//24. Okay, and the port number 2. Next edit port number 2. Set allow access ping set IP 102.1.1.100/24. Okay, okay, and port number, which firewall? This firewall. Okay, the firewall 1. Firewall 1 here only, no problem. Why it is happening? So port number firewall 1. Okay, this time firewall 1. Config system interface, edit port number to port number 2. Set allow access ping, set mode is static, set IP 191.1.1.100/24. Set, okay, that is fine. Set allow access is ping already done. Next, edit port number 3. Set allow access ping, set IP 192.168.101.253/24 and end. So system interface question mark 101.254. Then IP is done. Correct. So now try to hit the gateway. Okay. Now ping 192.168.101.253 and 254. 254 it cannot reach because it is not their gateway, right? 250. Okay, sorry. It will reach. The master as a backup, it will reach. Okay. So in the same way, we can use as a ping 192.168.101.1. Yeah, it is reaching 10.1.2. It will not reach because, okay, it will, sorry. It will reach. Now ping 1.1.1.1. Let me check whether it is able to reach or not to the internet. Let me ping from here, ping 1.1.1.1. Here also, go to the internet. Here also no reachability. Go to the internet and you all, okay. So system interface, so system interface, so system, so IP interface brief. So 101.1.1 is available in the 0x0. 102.1.1.1 is up, and that is also fine. 1.1 is also fine. Okay, so default route is there in the firewall 1. So system, 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 so system, system route. So what is the command? So config router static. So router static. So if you hit, so 101.1.1 is available here. 101.1.1. Okay, and the port number 2 is a gateway. Here configuration is here. Okay, and here so router static and so router static. Here if you hit 102.1.1.2 is here, right? 102.1.1. Which IP? 1.1. 102.1.1.1. So from here, firewall, let me ping, execute ping 1.1.1.1. So here reachability is fine. Okay. So show me the firewall 1. So system interface question mark 192.168.101.253. Okay, port number 3 and 101.1.1.100 in the port number 2. Okay, and so system firewall, so firewall policy, so firewall policy enter, and all is done. Net is enabled, everything is done, right? So it should reach R1 to at least it can reach to our gateway. That is also enough. 101.1.1 ping 101.101.1.1.1 ping 101.1.1.1. Here it is. Leave it this R1. This is pinging, right? So if you hit this 102.1.1.1, let me try 102. So something is with this this router. So R2 is able to reach, right? Ping 1.1.1.1. It is also able to reach the internet, by which if I check so IP route, okay, so one via 192.168.101.2, 101.2 via means firewall 2. So you can check diagnose debug enable, diagnose debug flow trace start. Okay, so now if you also here debug IP ICMP hit now we can check from it is great going via it is coming from 102 and it will go via wait a minute, that session need to be enabled, right? So we can check like this. Okay, so it will go via 102.1.1, not in R1, this one 1.1.1 hit now, and now check the here 1.1.1 is coming from the source and the going via port number. It will show, okay, but it is not showing diagnose debug enable, diagnose debug start flow, diagnose debug flow start trace start. Okay, so if you hit again from R2, it will go via 1.1.1. It is going via internet 1.1 102.1.1.100 102.1.1.100 via port number 2. Okay, so 102.100. So check the firewall 2. Still there is no diagnose debug enable, diagnose debug trace, diagnose debug flow trace start. Okay, so here if anything nothing is there, right? The packet is coming from 192.168.101 dot, it is reaching to somewhere. Okay, so like that it will work. Let's suppose host Mozipa, is it done? Is it fine?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
now if you check get router info vrrp. Okay, vrrp. So this is a master. Okay, 101 is a master here and 102 is a backup here. In the same way, get router info vrrp. Okay, so master and the backup here. Okay, but if I stop this, execute reboot to firewall 1. So now if you check in this firewall, it will become a master for both. Wait a minute, now it is a master, right? This firewall 2 is a master for both the gateway.
Yes.
So this is the vrrp, how it work. Okay, got
So
it my
once
point?
the
Once it
master,
is once
yes,
this is this is written, then
yeah,
it will become a
typically,
master again. It will become a master for 101
yes,
101.1, and it will become backup for 101.2 because a preemption we enable, right? This
yes,
preemption
yes.
enable. So that is the reason it will become. If preemption is disabled, then still this firewall will become a master for both the IP. Okay, both the virtual IPs. Got it?
Okay.
Wait a minute. It will become. Let me come back to this firewall. Then we can. Fine. Now if you check admin, wait a minute, admin and the admin, get router info vrrp, Okay, so now again it is the master and backup, and if you check this both is the master now. Again if you cheat, this is the master and this is the backup.
Yes.
Okay, so vrrp is done.
Mm.
I'm just stopping the recording. So vrrp is also done. Okay, so now we'll go with the ADVPN after this session. Okay, I'm just stopping the recording.